Hey Gemini, this is Eleanor and welcome to your February monthly reading. Please subscribe for weekly updates as the story unfolds week by week. And this card, the Hermit, this came out in your annual reading, and that's linked below as well as the timestamp so you can see where I talk about this particular card for February as your theme. And that theme is going inward and tuning out and figuring out what your spiritual truth is. And this comes after January, which was your Queen of Pentacles, where you become very grounded. So please in the comments, let me know all of the ways that you became more grounded and did some more grounding practice in January. To break down this February Hermit energy, I'm using the mirror cards for your week by week. So let's go ahead and see, how this is going to play out for Gemini in February. How going within and tuning out the opinions of the rest of the world helps you find your own light in February for Gemini. Let's see, week 1. Week 1 for Gemini. Feeling safe to go inward now that you've done some work to be more tethered and grounded in the external. Week 1, what might you find as you go inward, Gemini, in week 1 of February? Responsibility. All right, week 2. What is this journey inward going to reveal for Gemini, second week of February? It's too many. I just need one card. Whoa. Oh, that went far. Hang on. Change. All right, week 3 of February for Gemini. And their journey inward towards truth. All right, there we go. Independence, and that did pop over when I was flipping earlier, but it had a second card with it, so I put it back. So that's pretty significant when that comes out twice like that for the 3rd week. All right, let's see the 4th week for Gemini. Okay. Reality, and this one was trying to come out earlier. When I first started, it was at the bottom of the deck and it kept flipping over, and I had to turn that upright so I could get started. So that's another synchronicity, Gemini. All right, let's get to talking about these. All right, Gemini, let's talk more about this Hermit card, and that's going to be all about going within and finding your truth and your light to light the path ahead. So the first week you have responsibility, and this is a beautiful way to start off with this Hermit energy, because it is talking all about taking ownership of your choices, coming out of victim mentality, and really it puts you back in your power totally when you realize that you're in control of how you react to situations, and the way your choices have led you to where you are, the way that you've always had choices even if you did not like them, that you cannot blame anybody else for the choices that you've made. And that really gives you your power back as you move through February. In the second week, Gemini, you have change. And this is all about the way that realization changes you moving forward. As you have stepped into your power and taken responsibility and matured and realized that you're the master of your destiny, that you're in charge and you're in your power, that changes how you act and react moving forward. Because now that you aren't blaming anybody else and you see how you are in your power, that's going to change how you do things from here on out and change you in a major way. The third week, you have independence. And this is carrying on of the same thing, the way that now that you are back in your power and you see how your choices and your reactions make or break situations and how you created your life, whether it may have been unintentionally to this point, and this change is talking about now you will be moving forward more intentionally. Independence, in doing so, you're less dependent on the opinions of others, less tied to their expectations, and you can move. It's very freeing. It's freeing yourself from the things that you may have thought you needed from others because you were not taking responsibility. And now that you're in your power, you're not giving it to anyone else, and that frees you up to not be codependent or dependent on anybody else. And so what that does is it moves you into week 4, which is reality, when it helps you to see things more clearly. That's where we end up. That's the logical conclusion of this Hermit energy, is being able to see reality for what it is and see it clearly without the filters of other people's impressions, other people's influences, the way you think you need to see it to make other people happy, the way you may be blaming and clouding, and your judgment may be clouded because of all these other influences, because of the way that you feel tied and responsible to other people. And now that you're totally in your power, it's helping you to see reality more clearly and independently of other people's influences, which is the whole point of the Hermit. And that is super awesome. And we're going to pick a card for all 4 of these. So subscribe so you can catch up. Okay? Thank you, Gemini.